A.C. Joshi, Director, ISTD, New Delhi. As all of you are aware that for the past 1.5 months, we are regularly bringing lots of webinars to you. The National Office has covered various topics like emotional intelligence, spirituality, NLP, and we had a special webinar with Professor T.V. Rao, who spoke about the role of HRD professionals and the bodies like ISTD, IMA and all that in lifting the level of HR. Simultaneously, we were able to promote the activities, chapter activities, and we did our webinar for chapters like Kolkata, Bhubaneswar, Behrampur, Vadodara, Kota, and Kochi, etc. Today is the day of Bhopal, and I'm delighted, I'm very happy to be with the Bhopal people. I welcome my president, Dr. Nataraj Ray, RVP West, Dr. Kurian, the president, Bhopal chapter, Dr. Salil Chatterjee, all the past presidents, NC members, and all those attendees who have given their precious time to make this program a grand success. I have with me my co-host, Dr. Shalini Sinha, the Secretary of Bhopal chapter, to conduct this program with me. Then the panelist, Dr. Rashmi Bhargav, then Dr. Sagala from Indonesia, and Mr. Eric Hobson, who is Minister from the Ministry of Finland, New Delhi. And we have a lot of other panelists also in this panel. I will not take any more time. I will request my national president, Dr. Nataraj Ray. In fact, there were a lot of problems. There were internet problems, but I'm very happy that he joined us on this program. And I'll request him to give his welcome address. Dr. Nataraj Ray.
Good evening. Thank you, Joshi ji. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear past president, chairman, and secretary of the chapters. We have with us our RBP West, Korean Daniel, our own dear Rashmi Bhargav, and other members. Today we have invited another three panelists. One is Mr. Eric, and Dr. Mangapal, and also Rashmi Bhargav, and another our own dear chapter chairman, Salil Chatterjee, who will formally inaugurate because he's the chapter chairman. I am also invited, so I'll say one or two lines. And also Shalini is their chapter secretary, who will be the co-host, and our director, Dr. Joshi, is there. So today's topic will be is the how to be happy. It is also in my core heart, Rashmi ji, how to be happy, I will be happy. I will learn from you and other speaker also. So it is a very interesting topic, and I'm tempted to be one or two lines apart from formal inauguration by chapter chairman Salil Chatterjee. That is, I feel that how to be happy, that acknowledge the unhappy moment, then you will be the happy. If you acknowledge your unhappy moment, then you will be happy. Be grateful to others, that will make you happy. Give a compliments to others, that will make you happy. Get into the nature, that will make you happy. This is the things we learn from today, and give back to the society, that make you happy. And finally, that live your values, that is also make you happy. So these will the things today we learn. Thank you, RBP West, for arranging so many webinar, and this week also another webinar. I hope you have crossed the 100 webinar within 3 to 4 months. Thank you for your relentless support for webinar, and I thank the ISTD NHQ, Gurvinder ji, and director and other people to make the frequent webinar and seamless webinar. So I would request Joshi ji to formal inauguration by chapter chairman, Mr. Salil Chatterjee. And thank you, Rashmi ji. You are very senior members. A wonderful program We hope that everyone will be enjoy to this panel discussion. I'll tell you the net problem is going on Calcutta after Amphan cyclone. So I cannot tell how much time I will be there, but I'll try my level best. As soon as net is there, I will be with you. Thank you very much. Thank you RBP South, RBP West, and all the members of ISTD, past president, chapter chairman, chapter secretary who have participated today. Thank you once again to the Bhopal chapter, Rashmi ji, Sholil ji, Shalini, and others for wonderful, wonderful program. Thank you. I would request Sholil Chatterjee and Joshi ji to formal inauguration. Thank you very much for inviting me today in this program. I'll be there as soon as. Thank you.
Thank you, President, for your welcome address. I will now request Chapter Chairman Salil Chatterjee ji to please inaugurate the program.
Sir, you're on mute.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi, Director. A very good evening to one and all. On behalf of Indian Society for Training and Development National Office, and on behalf of Bhopal chapter, I welcome you all to today's session. Bhopal, as you know, is a city of lakes, and our Bhopal chapter is also a vibrant one. We have our own premises, and recently NHQ has purchased a 1 acre land for setting up a skill-oriented employability cum training center. Nothing could have been more appropriate a topic other than that of happiness when the entire world is in the grip of a severe pandemic. What is happiness? In my opinion, it is a state of mind. Happiness is a thought. It is not linked to any worldly possession. When a monk can be happy with almost no pleasure, we can also learn to be happy with whatever we have, because happiness is not what we have, it is within free of things. Happiness is about living in a moment, living in now. Thinking about future leaves you with anxiety, and thinking about past makes us frustrated. But living in now makes you happy. Science also states happiness hormones. Stimulate those happiness hormones to be happy. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you are is in harmony. Each one of us must explore what is our real happiness and where does it come from. To go into the entire gambit, as already informed, we have 3 distinguished guests: Eric Hallström, Reverend Dr. Manga Paul from Indonesia, Eric is from Finland, Manga Paul is from Indonesia, and of course, our own from Bhopal, India, Madam Rashmi Bhargav. Madam Rashmi Bhargav has not only been the past chairperson of ISTD Bhopal chapter, but is a leading HR practitioner. He is an active member of various social and literary and women organizations. Today we are here to learn and understand as to how Finland has been able to keep itself on the top of the world happiness chart at number 1. And from Indonesia, which is 84th ranking as per the survey report of the state of global happiness, as to how happy their citizens perceive themselves to be. Amongst 156 countries that have been surveyed, India at 144th ranking has a lot to learn from the above 2 countries. It is not only the government responsibility, but each of us have to search ourselves and strive to go up the ladder. Finally, I would like to thank our National President, Dr. Nataraj Ray, for giving Bhopal chapter this opportunity to host today's session in association with NHQ. I also welcome all my past presidents, National Council members, chairpersons, managing committee members, Bhopal Training Forum, and one and all for making this happen. Once again, a very big thank you. Over to Dr. Joshi.
Thank you, Dr. Salil Chatterjee. In fact, you have wonderfully narrated the word happiness, and I need not elaborate that. In fact, the way you have discussed about Finland and how Finland has become the happiest country in the world, for the last 3 years. In fact, when I thought of this program, so our effort was to bring in the ambassador from Finland, the Indian ambassador of Finland, so that he can tell us how Finland is ranked #1 in the world, what their people are doing. So I requested Eric to please share his views in this program, and he was very kind enough to come and share what they have been doing in Finland and how during the COVID period, especially the COVID period, are very tough times in Europe and the whole of the world. So I asked him that how are you managing your people in Finland during the COVID times. So before we start our the next speaker, Mr. Eric F. Holzborn, I'll request Sulbha Dikshit to read his introduction. Sulbha Dikshit.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Good evening,
please carry
everybody.
On.
I think you can see me also. Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Honorable Eric F. Hallström, the Charge d'Affaires Embassy of Finland to India and Bangladesh. He took up his duties as Deputy Head of Mission in New Delhi in August 2018. His illustrious career began with his joining the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Finland in 1996. After serving as a journalist at Finnish broadcasting company YLE. He has a master's degree in political sciences. His various roles in numerous countries saw him as Director, Unit for the United Nations and General Global Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Counselor, Defense Policy Department, Ministry of Defense, Team Leader, Pan-African Issues, Department for Africa and the Middle East, MFA. He has also served as Minister Counselor at the Embassy of Finland in The Hague, Chair of COARM Working Party during the Finnish European Union Presidency in 2006, First Secretary and Human Rights Expert at the Permanent Mission of Finland in Geneva, and Second Secretary at the Finnish Embassy of Brasilia. He is a fitting person to speak on happiness. With more than 20 years spent in foreign affairs, Mr. Hallström strongly believes in gender equality, a rules-based international order, and universal human rights. So let's hear what he has to say on happiness.
Thank you, Sulbha. Mr. Eric could not join this program due to some unavoidable circumstances, and he has sent his video. Today itself, he shot the video in the Finnish embassy in New Delhi. So over to Eric. Please play the video.
It is a great honor for me to address this webinar on behalf of the Embassy of Finland. We all know that we are going through exceptional times, but I'm really glad that there are technical solutions which we can use in order to keep in touch with each other to discuss important issues. This greeting comes from the Embassy of Finland in Chanakyapuri, New Delhi. I was asked to speak about happiness and how Finland has used the happiness culture to take us through the corona crisis. Well, it is true that Finland was elected the happiest country in the world for the third time. This happiness index is actually a combination of different factors of well-being in a country. It's not a psychological measurement of individuals' feelings of happiness. Some of the factors going into this assessment include gross domestic product per capita, healthy life expectancy, generosity, social support, freedom to make life choices, and perceptions of corruption. In Finland, we have a high GDP per capita, about $40,000 US. The life expectancy is about 80 years. We have freedom to make life choices, and corruption is very low. Finnish people respect the rule of law so much that we do not walk against red lights, even if there are no cars inside in the streets. So, do you see smiling and sparkling people in all places in Finland all the time? Not necessarily. Finnish people are quite calm and serious, and we do not really talk to other people if we do not have good reasons to do so. But I believe one reason to the happiness lies in what we call the Nordic welfare model. As a society, how it's structured, there are some similarities between big India and small Finland. We are both parliamentary democracies, we have free elections, free press, tradition of tolerance and diversity. The biggest difference is maybe that we do not have so big differences in income and wealth in Finland. In Finland we have rich and poor people, but the big majority are middle class people. Not rich, but educated people who have a home, maybe a car, and can afford to go on holidays abroad. And the reason for this, that the society is dominated by middle class people, is also what we call the Nordic welfare model. This model means that everyone is entitled to a certain level of social security and dignity. We have child allowances for those who are children. We have basic pension scheme for those who are retired. We have basic social security covering education, health and childcare. Public daycare centers for children so that the parents can go to work when the children are small. You have to pay a little bit for all these services, but basically it's the public sector, the state and the municipalities who are responsible for all that. At schools we have a free meal for each child, and all newborn babies receive a maternity package, which items you need when you have a baby. Now you may ask how we can afford all this. Free schools, public hospitals, universities, maternity leave. The answer is through taxes. Everyone pays income tax in Finland. The more you earn, the more you pay. We have also taxes on alcohol, gasoline, services. The price level is quite high in Finland. This is because the taxes, but also because the minimum wages are quite high. It's actually quite expensive to have other people working for you, so we do not have drivers or maids like middle-class Indian people do. And now to the question of happiness during the corona crisis. Of course, the quarantine and isolation have been challenging for all of us wherever you live, in Finland or in India. There has been a lockdown in Finland as well, with restrictions on travel and social life. I would now like to quote a recently published Finnish handbook with 3 tips on how to boost your happiness despite the corona. First tip is to take a cold shower. The Finns like to take a morning dip in an icy lake to get the juices flowing for the rest of the day. Icy lakes are hardly to find in Indian summer, however, and more importantly, access to our lakes is prohibited right now. Therefore, we recommend the next best thing, a cold shower. It might come as a rude shock to the body initially, but it helps get your blood circulation going. And the second tip is to read a book. Finland is a country that holds dear the practice of going to libraries and reading books. In a country of 5.5 million inhabitants, close to 68 million books are issued through libraries annually. We understand that strolling to your nearest library might not be an option right now, but you can always curl up with a book at home. And the third tip is to take a walk through the forests. This is familiar to Finnish people because almost the whole of Finland is covered by trees. And most Finns like to walk in the forests. Contrary to what the stark landscape and unforgiving temperature may suggest, Finnish view the forest as a peaceful, protective sanctuary and seldom pass on an opportunity to take a walk in the woods. In Delhi, I know there are not so many forests, but luckily there are many parks. Thank you for your attention.
Sorry, on mute.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you about the way the Finnish people go ahead in the country, how they conduct their day-to-day affairs, and how during the COVID times they have been able to maintain the social distancing and they have been able to remain happy. It was, thank you very much. Participants, even though Eric is not with us, whatever questions you have, you can write in your chat box. I'll be sending those questions to Eric and I'll request him to send the replies, and maybe by mail we will be able to get the reply. The second speaker of the webinar today is Dr. Rashmi Bhargav, the local lady from Bhopal, and we indeed are grateful to her. In fact, she has been continuously working very, very hard to weave the whatever program she has been conducting, and this in a very, very systematic and organized manner. My sincere thanks to her. And now I will request again Shulba Dikshit to introduce Rashmi.
Hello everyone, once again, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mrs. Rashmi Bhargav. All of you who know her as a high energy individual. Her energy is such and vivacity is such that it lights up a room wherever she goes. And she is one person who is a very fitting person to speak on happiness, because having known her for many years, I have never ever seen her in an unhappy mood. Whatever the challenge is, she is ready with a solution, and always has lives in the moment, is always there to extend a helping hand to people who need help, has solutions for all problems. And now for the formal introduction to the lady about whom I have been waxing eloquent. So Rashmi Bhargav, she is the CEO of De Novo Group. She was previously the HR head of Crompton Greaves, ELUN, and she is also an alumni of Lady Shri Ram College with honors in English and export management from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, New Delhi. She's also had been a recipient of many awards, among them the Super Achievers Award, Top Thinkers of MTC Global, Yes Bank's Rana Kapoor Award for Women Entrepreneur in 2016, International Appreciation Award bestowed by Sweep International. She is also currently National Council member of ISTD and past chairperson of
I think Rashmi, you can start because some issue with the internet. Yes, please. Rashmi, you can start.
Yeah, should I start?
Yes.
Okay. Am I unmuted, Gurvinder?
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay. There is no magical power as beautiful, powerful, and inspiring as your smiling eyes. And yes, I see all the beautiful eyes smiling here. Good evening, everybody, and I hope everybody is having an extremely good day. I would love to have a very interactive session. Happiness is dear to everybody. But I'll begin with a small story. A big ship owner was traveling in his cruise, and suddenly there was an engine seizure. Irrespective of all the efforts, the crew could not repair. You know, a mechanic was beckoned from the shore. He came, saw the problem, and within 2 minutes, he could identify the problem. And 10 minutes, the engine was roaring. The ship owner was so happy, he immediately offered him a job. Mechanic, sir, a job? Then, oh, you'll be moving to a very big city. So then, oh, you'll be earning so much of money. Then you would get all the materialist things in the world. Then your family will be very, very happy. He says, sir, my family is already happy staying with me here, and I'm with my all near and dear ones. I am a happy man and I don't need your job. Believe me, happiness is really, really a very serious business. Happiness is a decision. How often have you said, I just want to be happy? How often have you told someone else, I just want you to be happy? Success and happiness, does one lead to the other, or do they go hand in hand? That is the question before us. We keep saying, I'll be happy when I get my promotion. I'll be happy when I have all the money. I'll be happy when I have my house. And I'll be happy if I lose my weight. Why not be happy now? Don't you think happiness matters? Now we wonder, happiness for whom? For yourself, the people around you, and the world as a whole. There is some technical problem. Okay. Happiness for whom? For yourself, the people around you, and the world as a whole. Why for yourself? Because it's the key to better health, greater resilience, thriving social responsibilities, why for yourself? Because there is a problem with my this thing. Why for yourself? Because it's the key to better health, greater resilience. For the people around you. Why? Because happiness is contagious. Happiness is something which, this has to come down. No, I have to get this down.
We are able to hear you, Rashmi. Go on.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, very well.
The speaker was off. Okay.
No, very
well.
Whole,
No, we are able to hear you. No issue.
okay, okay, for the world as a whole, because happiness is the path to living in peace and harmony. You can't drag a happy person to war. Happiness is constructive, misery is destructive. So how do you become happier? Today, if you all permit me there'll be a slight design change in a webinar. We will take the questions first and then my take away.
Hello everyone.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, we've received
Any questions?
We've received many questions, Rashmi, online, and there is one from Mr. Mayank Kapoor. Guruvinder, can you please unmute him? Maybe he could ask the question himself.
I think you can ask the question, otherwise it would be
okay, that's okay. So what Mayank Kapoor would like to know, Rashmi, is that will life be same after Corona? Because now everybody is, facing Corona.
Okay, I was expecting this question. Okay. Let us accept that life may not be the same after COVID. COVID is temporary, but happiness is permanent. Corona has created panic, fear, and disturbance. And each word creates sadness. So let us all of us present here, pledge together today to change the energy and frequency and strive to be happy. Are we all together on this? Let's all be happy.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Let us see the positives. The air is cleaner, everything is greener, crime rate is reduced, and we all have realized that we can live in less and a more simple life. We just need to concentrate on the 7 aspects of happiness: physical, mental, social, financial, emotional, spiritual, and one more. Any guesses? It is environmental. I tell you, Mayank, you have asked a relevant question and I have a very relevant solution for it. I would love this song sung by Meghna to be put by Gurvinder. I think it will answer your question. Gurvinder, can we have the song, please?
आगे भी जाने ना तू, पीछे भी जाने ना तू, जो भी है बस यही तो पल है। आगे भी जाने ना तू, पीछे भी जो भी है बस यही तो पल है। आगे भी जाने ना तू, अनजाने सायों का राहों में डेरा है, अनदेखी बाहों ने हम सबको घेरा है। ये पल्लो जाला है, बाकी अंधेरा है, ये पल गवाना ना, ये पल ही तेरा है। जीने वाले सोच ले, यही वक्त है कर ले पूरी आरज़ू। आगे भी जाने ना तू, पीछे भी जो भी है बस यही तो पल है। Thank you so much.
Wow, that was such a lovely song that beautifully illustrates the secret of permanent happiness. And now we'll move on to the next question. This one is by Ruma Gomes. And Rashmi, she wants to know whether thoughts have anything to do with happiness.
Is Ruma online?
Yes, Rashmi, I am here.
Okay. I think you wanted to elaborate on this or something?
Yes. My question was like, what have thoughts to do with happiness? So if you can elaborate on that.
Okay. Ruma, you are talking about thoughts, right? Okay.
Yes.
You know, there is just a thin line between doing and not doing, and that is called daring, right? I'll quote an example. In the Beijing Olympics, China stunned the world by taking 100 medals. And India, believe me, India just got 3. Another human being, Michael Phelps, got 8 gold single-handedly. What would you call this? Luck, accident, or coincidence? Human beings do not succeed by accident, by coincidence, or as a result of luck. It is simply a matter of cause and effect. Without failures, we do not taste real success. Failures are our stepping stones. You are where you are and what you are because of yourself and no one else. The tragedy in life actually does lie in not reaching the goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal whatsoever. You know, there are times when you do need to change the course of your goal too. In fact, Ruma, I would like to, and all the audience, I would like to give my own example. You know, I was born and brought up in South Delhi, a senior Cambridge graduation in English and a PG in export-import management. And believe me, when I got married and came to Bhopal, it was a total shock. I could not identify a single product to export 39 years back. Here, I did not give up. I changed my focus and goal and specialized in HRD after marriage and became a human resource professional, which I am for the last 39 years. You really need to get going and achieving success and your happiness. Never listen to people who are negative because they steal your aspirations. Do what you feel is right and move ahead the way I have done and we have done. You need to self-condition yourself, say I love myself, and say I am a winner. Is that what you wanted, Ruma?
Rashmi, thank you so much. Indeed, I was looking for that answer. Thank you.
Rashmi, there's another question coming up, and that is by Mrs. Seema Raizada. And I think she's here, so maybe she can ask for herself. Seema?
Yes, I'm here. My question to you, Rashmi, actually, let me congratulate you. It's a pleasure listening to you, and I know you are a very happy person. So tell me, Rashmi, what is the course one needs to adopt to pursue one's profession and remain happy?
I think relevant to most of us here, Seema, a very nice question. But I tell you, you have two choices here. Either be happy or be unhappy. Choice is totally yours. Okay, on a serious note, you need to occasionally introspect. You need to analyze your current, future lifestyle. Are you happy with your current lifestyle? Do you want to maintain it or change it? Be sure to identify the key characteristics of your ideal lifestyle and your level of happiness in it. Analyze your definition of success. Is it wealth, power, control, or contentment? Again, if you all permit me, I will share a part of my life. 15 years back, I was working for Crompton Greaves Helene, which was an Austrian MNC. It was just over a cup of tea in the balcony with my husband. He asked me, Rashmi, what about after the age of 58? He was heading a newspaper at that time. He said, there's a lot of scope in consulting these days. I would quit. I said, no, I will quit because I'll never be a CEO. And I quit and started De Novo, which is now one of the most successful consulting firms of Central India. Yes, to achieve your vision and goal, you do have hiccups, disappointments, but you have to keep going to attain success. I tell you, to achieve your professional vision and resultant happiness, you require daring, perseverance, focus, and the achiever's attitude. ऊपर वाले की कृपा है.
Rashmi, your experience surely is inspiring. And now we'll take our next question, and it's from Miss Preeti Saluja. She's a director for SAMS College. So, ma'am, are you here, Preeti ma'am?
She's not here, but you have to ask the question. She must be in the chat.
No problem. So, Rashmi, she wants to know, does attitude have any role to play in happiness?
I think definitely. Attitude has a major role to play in happiness. It's all about attitude in life. I think I will answer this question with a small video. Gurvinder, can we have the video, please? I think that will suffice for her,
Sure, ma'am.
All right, class, settle down, settle down. Today's assignment is a little bit different to what we usually do. Today, I've got a question that I want you to answer. And the question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? Now, I want you to think about this very carefully. Answer it honestly. Don't worry about what people are going to think, because nobody else is going to see this. I do want you to think about why. Take your time and answer this honestly. All right, class, that's all we have time for today. Can I please have your sheets as you're leaving? Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. Well done today. Good job. Have a nice day. Thank you, Boomy. Thank you, John. Bye, Chance. John, can I speak to you for a second?
Yes, miss.
John, I think you've misunderstood the assignment.
Miss, I think you misunderstood life.
In the hope for money, in the hope for success, we end up chasing the wrong things and we make a mess. We end up with less than we started with, end up with more issues than we bargained for. Whilst climbing that ladder and that stairway, we forget why we started climbing in the first place. Once, the king of Bhutan was asked by an interviewer what the GDP of Bhutan was. He was surprised and shocked. He replied by saying, in Bhutan, we don't just measure the GDP, we measure the GNH. Instead of just measuring the gross domestic product, we measure gross national happiness. In the process of getting older, we forget the real goal of life. If you could make a little less and spend more time doing what you love, would that make you happier? Don't trade your happiness for what you think you need. Things can never make us happy because they're temporary and limited, but experiences can last forever. Too many people are working hard on things they don't love, to spend money they don't have, to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't like. When we create our identity around what we do, a career, a job, an occupation, we can never be happy because we're basing it on something external. But when we create an identity around who we are and what we want to be and become, then anything is possible. And remember, we become successful by what we get, but we become happy by what we give. Don't get the two confused.
This question, another one from you, Tushar Sharma, Rashmi. He would like to know what is the role of fear in our happiness?
Is Tushar online? No. Okay. Fear definitely has a role to play. I'll tell you why. You were not born with a feeling of fear, insecurity, unworthiness, failure, or frustration. As you grow, you move away from the real you through negative experiences which cause you to feel very vulnerable. You may have money, job, good relationships, yet you may not feel good because it's all about one word from all the audience, anybody, because it's all about happiness mindset. Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, and face everything and rise. It's totally up to you. I think I answer this question, which could be very for everybody here present. And I really thank everybody to listen to me.
That's beautiful.
Any other question, Shalini?
Yeah, there's another question. This one is from Meghna Ghosh. And she would like to know, how does worry play a role in happiness?
Worry, of course, plays a role in our happiness. See, worry is a conversation you have with yourself about things you cannot change. Prayer is a conversation you have with God about things He can change. Seriously, don't worry about the people who don't like you or who don't care for you. Enjoy the ones who love you. Let us all do a small exercise today. Everybody sitting here, everybody, the panel and everybody. Can we all put our hands up like this? Yes, please put your hands up here. You know, we keep worrying about our skin color. We keep worrying about our backgrounds. We keep worrying about our educational backgrounds, you know, and lots of other things. Today, we will throw all those things like this. And I know everybody is smiling and feeling lighter.
Okay, we are already feeling light.
Oh, so nice.
It's light.
So nice.
Can I ask you a question also?
Why not, Shalini?
Okay, the word belief is just cropped up. Does it play a role in happiness?
Of course, belief has a very major role to play. Yes, belief actually is really a very abused word, you know. What is the main source of energy then? It is you yourself. Success and failure begins with belief in yourself. Imagine a child jumping on the bed, jumping on a car. Kids are not afraid, but all of us are scared. We fear failure and we do not attempt anything. You need to believe in your struggle to achieve your goals. Like the caterpillar story, I'm sure you all must have heard. Slow down, enjoy the journey right away with a belief in yourself. That is belief. I hope you all agree with me.
True, absolutely true. With the caterpillar and the child story, you've taken us back to a childhood happiness. Should we take up another question?
If the time permits, yes, because I have to actually give the takeaways. Yeah, please go ahead.
There is one by Mr. Atul Shah. He would like to know the role of worthiness in happiness.
Worthiness is so important, not in your happiness, but for yourself in every sphere of your life. For everybody, the more you work on seeing the right picture of yourself, the stronger your sense of worthiness will become. The stronger the sense of worthiness, more would be the ability to expand your vision and make you achieve your purpose. You overcome your fear once you discover your purpose, and definitely you're happy. Last month, 3 different people asked me what was wrong with me, saying that my energy level seems to be quite low. I realized I had stopped reading books, listening to music, of course, doing all the household chores because of their corona. I was just stuck up in getting the stuff done. Then for a weekend, I just enjoyed reading, listening to music, talking to all my friends, on the phone, of course. And it made all the difference to me because I had fed my power source on myself. Feeding your power source increases your worthiness. Thomas Edison is the perfect example. He tried his experiments not once, but 50,000 times. Why? He said he knew he had to succeed as he would otherwise run out of ideas. He knew he was worthy and fearless of failure, and that is why he could achieve what it did. I hope you all believe in worthiness now.
That's good. Rashmi, anything that you would like to share for everyone's happiness?
Yes, this is for everybody's, before I wind up, this is for everyone's happiness. Normal Vincent Peale entered a packed hall and started addressing the people present there. Hello, everyone. You all seem to be so calm, comfortable, and relaxed. Seems there is no problem with you all. But if anyone has a problem, please put up your hands. And practically everybody put up their hands. And how many of you want to get rid of it? And again, everybody put up their hands. He further said, while coming to the presentation, just a mile away, there was total peace and no problem. That was the symmetry. Everyone has problems, and problems is a sign of life. And if we don't have problems, we cannot solve our problems, but we can handle them. Now, now my key takeaways. These are the points I would finally tell you. Define aim, define goal, and define destination. This is the first condition of success and happiness. You must set yourself a clear, specific, and precise target along with timeline. Now that you have decided on your goal, back it up with intense desire to achieve it. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. Change the way you see it. What you see will change. It's as easy as that. Success and failure begins with belief. Action is the answer, action is the solution, and action is the key. Do not say, I can do this and that. If you really can, show it. Plan yourself. Do not wait. Begin. Say welcome difficulties. When one door shuts, another opens. Example, how to eat one whole elephant. Oh my God. The answer is very simple. Eat it one bite at a time. Risk is a security. Never quit. Never give in. The law says, give more than what you get. First we sow, first we give, first we pay the price, then we reap. Success starts right where you are. You are the architect of success. Some see the difficulty in every opportunity. Some see the opportunity in every difficulty. This reminds me of Amir Khan of Lagan picture. Teachers open the door, but you must enter by yourself. Positive choices lead to success. Negative choices lead to failure. Get inspired by your belief in yourself. Practice kindness to live a happier life. Kindness makes you the most beautiful person in the world. No matter what you look like, build healthy relationships for a healthy and a happy life. Remember, friends, happiness is a choice and not a result. Nothing will make you happy until you are happy. Thank you, everybody. And can Dr.
Thank you.
Kurian take over and introduce our next speaker?
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi. It is my proud privilege to introduce my friend and roommate of our 25 days leadership training at Maui, USA during September 2009, Reverend Dr. Mangapol Sagala from Indonesia. He is presently the principal of the Trinity Theological Seminary in Parapat, Lake Tobo, Indonesia. He is also a theologian. After his metallurgical engineering, he has done his Master of Divinity, he has done his Master of Theology, and also he has done the research in Cambridge, England, as well as in Rome. He has done and he has published around more than 10 books, and presently he is staying with his happy family, his wife, Juniki Sian, and 4 sons and 1 daughter and 1 grandson. He is expecting another grandchild by August. Let us all welcome on behalf of ISTD and on behalf of you all, a warm welcome to Dr. Reverend Mangapur Sagala. Sir, it is your turn.
Okay. Okay, thank you, my very good brother, old friend from Maui. That was in 2008?
9.
Oh, 2009, so 11 years ago. Okay, have you prepared my slide, please? So,
Guruvinda,
any slide, because it will be easier.
Yes, sir.
Before we go to the slide, best greetings, regards from Indonesia. As you know, Indonesia is one of the country which very big. After China, then India, and then Indonesia. It's about 290 million population. Okay, how to be happy? The answered question. I'm so glad to be part of this discussion tonight, and I hope you all can enjoy, especially when you see my face look like, according to my very good friend, when I was studying at Trinity College in Singapore, he said that when you go to India, nobody will doubt that your blood, you must have the ancestor from Hindi blood, he said to me. So I hope so. Okay, this is my family. Then next, please. Next slide. Okay, I start from the quotation from the very famous person in India, Amartya Kumar Sen. Yeah, there is a paradox at the heart of our lives. Most people want more income and strive for it. Yet, as Western societies have got richer, their people have become no happier. What can we learn from this? It means we cannot say that we have more money, then the happier will be. No. Okay? Then in the next slide, please. Happiness may mean a different thing for different person. It depends on the purpose of the person and the value of the person. So when your purpose, you make it too highly and you cannot reach, you are not happy. If your value is too high and unreachable and you cannot make it, then you are not happy. So your purpose and your value of life will really influence whether you will be happy or not. So next slide. This is very important quotation, has been quoted before actually by our president. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Mahatma Gandhi, the dear Mahatma Gandhi. What we can learn from here, we see that be very careful with our mind, what we think, and be very careful with what we say. When we say we promise something unreachable, then become unhappy when we cannot reach it. And then be careful with what you do. The next slide, please. After we think the what, then my second part will be the why. Why must be happy? I make it very simple reason, 4 reasons. One, we must be happy because the purpose of our life. I remember Lisa, one of my friends, said when she traveled from Switzerland to Bali, to Jakarta, to Indonesia, a lot of wonderful places in Indonesia, I asked her, wow, you spend much money? You spend your time and everything. What is that for? And she answered me, well, I want to enjoy life. Okay. What is that for you? You have much money, but you don't enjoy life. What is that for you? You are very famous. Huh? You hold a very high position, but you cannot enjoy that. So the purpose of life is happy, becoming happy. So as Mom, Dr. Rashmi just now said, before you reach the very high position or you get much money, why don't you happy now? Make it happy now. Okay, the second reason why must be happy is because God's purpose for our life. It's very clear. If we study all of the religions, we'll find that it is God who creates human being in order to be happy. Yes, everything God has created for human being, not the other way around. It's not the all human being for everything. Okay, God's purpose for us to be happy. And third reason, we must be happy that we can be a blessing for others. We can be a blessing. If you are not happy, we cannot be a blessing. As number 4, life will influence our environment. Are you happy? Then you make your environment happy. Full of rejoicing or full of sorrow. Your family will be happy because you are happy. Your wife, your husband, your children will be happy. Your classmates or roommate will be happy. Yeah. So that is the four reasons. But third part, how to achieve that? How to achieve? I just quote the very important quotation. I hope this will help you all. The only thing that will make you happy is being happy with who you are, okay, and not who people think you are. It's very often we are very busy, disturbed by the opinion of others for us. But then we end up with unhappiness. That's why this is very important. The only thing that will make you happy is being happy with who you are. Okay? Next slide, please. The challenge for being happy is appreciating and liking what you have. So this is similar to the previous one. Yeah, be happy what you have instead of what you don't have. Why our happiness lost? Run away. Because we always think of the things we don't have, not the things we have. So we must think about the things we have now, we possess now, not the things we don't have. That is very dangerous to deceive our life. Next slide. Happiness is the spiritual. Then we see this is very important. It has been mentioned previously. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Every minute is like now. We enjoy this time. We discuss together. I myself am very happy because I have the fellowship with you all from the people far away from Jakarta. And yet, thank you for this fellowship, even though maybe only Mr. Kuren know me personally. Next slide. Okay. Then I will end with the 4 parts. This will be end, that we have 10 practical steps. First step in order to be happy is nurture your body, soul, and spirit. Have nutritious meals if you have, healthy meals, and start meditation. I know Indian people are very good in meditation. Try to meditate all the good things you have. Second, Second, exercise more. Okay, I say this, and before this I practiced. About 3 hours ago, I remember this, and I do the exercise. Exercising release the good mood. Yeah, that is according to the medical doctor. And after exercising 30 minutes above, then we will enjoy. We have the feeling of happiness. Okay, so, the third one. Next slide, please. Okay, positive thinking. We have mentioned him, yeah, quite repeatedly. Also with the president and with the Dr. Rashmi, positive thinking. Yeah, if you always positive, maybe the negative from outside, but it is for you and I to reject all the negative influence from outside. We decide not to be influenced by them. Okay? 4, please. Positive thinking. Love yourself. Okay? We must be happy. If you hate yourself, you cannot accept yourself, you cannot forgive yourself of your failure, then end up with unhappiness. So love yourself. It is okay to be failure. It is okay not to achieve that now, maybe later. Just love yourself. Be positive to yourself. 5th, please. Next slide. 5th step, focus on your strength. Focus on the strength. As this is quite okay, similar what I mentioned previously. Don't always think the thing we don't have, but try to focus on the things we have. It's like now in this COVID situation. We may say because of this and that, but at least we are very happy because we're still alive now. We enjoy. We can breathe. We can make friendship. Okay? While other people's maybe already, no more with us and very suffer in the hospital maybe. So focus on the strength, positive thinking. And 6, next slide, please. Okay, be meaningful for others. This is also very important. Yeah, if you know the secret of be meaningful for others, if you make this your purpose, if you make this the value of your life, then every day you take time, do small selfless things like smile to strangers, welcome them. It's like just now we are happy because of Dr. Rashmi keep on smiling during the session, the presentation. Yeah, be meaningful. And then 7, take time to rest. Don't ignore your wonderful sleep. Okay. We see again, this is a medical doctor. When you do not get enough sleep, your negative takes over big time. So very often we don't know why the happiness is not there, because lack of sleep, lack of rest. So enjoy, take your time. Yeah, have your wonderful rest and sleep. 8th step, trash your negative thoughts. Well, we all are human beings. So we have, sometimes we cannot deny, reject our weaknesses. So then, the things that make us unhappy, just write it down. And after that, we try to analyze and we try to take the balance of the positive things we have. Now, I cannot achieve this. Okay, maybe tomorrow, I try to accept myself. I try to forgive myself, to appreciate myself. Okay? 9th step, this is enjoy your hobby. Take time for yourself, like singing, playing guitar. And I know the Hindi people are singing people. Yeah, when I was in the primary school, I enjoy singing, and also the Hindi movie. It's like Ram or Sham. There was a hymn, the song in the movie. I still remember that. The tune goes like this. So just enjoy the singing. Or there is a joyful song. kusi manau, kusi manau, bolo, something like that. Okay, singing, dancing, enjoy your life. And finally, 10th step, please. Okay, write down why you are grateful. Count your blessing. Even when we think ourselves not yet reach the things we dream of, let's think that many people still compare to us worse, and yet they are happy. Maybe you are all familiar with who is the guy, Nick Juk. Nick Juk. He has no limbs, no hands, no legs, and yet he's very happy with the life. And then he also married to the pretty woman with the children and everything. So look at then we have so many things to be happy. Final one. Okay, the conclusion. When you are happy from inside, not depending upon materialistic things or other people, then you are truly happy. When you are truly happy from inside, then you radiate happiness for others too. So again, together with Dr. Rashmi, I said, it is for you and I, for us to decide whether we are happy or not. Even though the negative influence comes from outside, okay, we say, and now I decide, I choose to be happy, not to be influenced by the negative from outside. May God bless you all. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Kurian.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
उसने इसको भी हंसाना सिखा दिया कुरियन नहीं तो वो सीरियस सा वैसा सा लगता है हंसने में
Thank you, Dr. Sagala.
Okay, so welcome, Dr. Joshi. I hope that will help. Actually, you mentioned already the two speakers before me already mentioned everything.
But you really gave wonderful exposition, 10 different and beautiful ideas. So you, whatever was remaining, you covered everything. So we should all be very, very happy for this wonderful exposition.
Thank you.
And adding lot of things from Indian background. So Mahatma Gandhi and Amartya Sen. So that was wonderful. And we are really happy by your... I will now request Dr. Shalini Singh, the Honorary Secretary of Bhopal Chapter, to continue. Those questions, there are several other questions also which are in the chat box. I'll request Shalini to take up those questions to the panel. Welcome, Shalini.
Please unmute yourself.
There is a question by Amit Kasliwal, and he would like to know. He says, I'm feeling low and down. I'm feeling depressed, and I don't feel like working from home. So what do I do?
This question is to whom?
Question is to Mr. Sagala.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, again, what is the cause of the depressed? Think of that and reject. Let's say for the young person, because my love is rejected, and then I feel depressed. So this is the cause. Once you know the cause, then as Dr. Rashmi and I, we try to say, okay, we then have the acceptance now, maybe next week, next month. Well, it is not as I wish, but now I reject the sadness situation. So that's why I agree very strongly that actually happy or not happy, it depends on ourselves. If we allow the negative influence from outside to influence us, then we are being destroyed. But if we say, okay, the earth not yet the end, the earth still there, the life is still there. Yeah, it is okay to be fail. It is okay to have the negative, not always positive, if we see that life actually consists of positive and negative things, let's enjoy them all. Yeah, this is my response. I hope that will help.
Okay, yeah, I hope, Amit Kasliwal, that answers your question. And the next one is for Rashmi. Rashmi, there's a question as to someone who is having a difficulty regarding mindfulness and happiness. What do you have to say about that? Mindfulness and happiness.
I think a very, very relevant question, whoever has asked that. I will say, being in the present is what mindfulness and happiness would be. Enjoying every moment, enjoying being alive, remaining positive, spending more time with yourself is what mindfulness is all about, and a sure step towards happiness. So I think this sums up between the connection between mindfulness and happiness. Will that suffice the answer?
I guess that satisfies. This question was by Indu Bhargav. And there's another question. This one is for Mr. Sagala. How to motivate our near and dear for a happy mindset? How to motivate our near and dear for a happy mindset?
How to motivate? Well, actually, as we said just now, there are always the cause that make us not happy, right? It may be the expectation not yet reached. It may be our value is different with the things. So we try to readjust that. It's like Mahatma Gandhi said, what you think and what you say. If we think too highly and we cannot reach, then become sad. Try to readjust the expectation. When we expect too highly, we get lower than that, we're still happy. When we expect medium one and we reach more than that, become happier then. So think based on the Mahatma Gandhi, be very careful with our mind, with our say, and then we make them in harmony together. That is why very often we notice that those who are not happy are often those who are very ambitious in life, right? Yeah, the people who are full of surrender, totally surrender, let's say, to the will of God, grateful always, then we'll be always happy. That is what I observe. Thank you.
True, compromise and gratefulness have their own role in happiness.
Yeah.
And the next one, Rashmi.
Yeah, tell me. Do we have enough time?
Only 10 minutes.
Because we also need to conclude. So
Only 10 minutes
Rashmi,
are
we
left.
have 10 minutes. Rashmi, we have 10 minutes. We can ask.
So if there is a question, please go ahead.
This question is from a student and he wants to know, how do you find happiness when you failed in something? This is from Mr. Santosh Soni.
You were not audible. Can you be a bit louder?
I said the question is, how do you find happiness when you have failed in something?
When you have?
Failed in something.
Failed in something.
Failed in something. जो failure है, एक student class में fail हो गया है. He wants to know how can he be happy.
Do you mind if I answer? I'm a counselor. Can I answer this question?
Sure.
To the student? Okay.
Yeah,
Dear student, please don't worry. It was a one-time affair, my dear, and your scores do not define you.
Yes,
It was
yes.
just for once. So don't worry. There are going to be hundreds of thousands of more tests like this where you can prove your worth and where you can prove yourself. So one failure is not the end of the world. Just don't worry about it and think about the next test and what you have to do to achieve success in that. That's where you would be focusing, and not that you failed in this one. Over to you.
Thank you. There is one question from Anita Chauhan to Dr. Sagala.
Yes.
The most efficient pathway to lasting happiness and fulfillment is not to look only at your own interests, but also to the interest of others.
Yes,
when we shift our focus of ourselves, we live life of greater meaning and greater contribution.
Yes. Yes, that's what one of the 10 practical steps we must make just now. Yeah, be a blessing for others. Think of others. Start from a very small thing. So let's say from wake up in the morning, you start thinking your friend and be a blessing for others, to see others happy, then we are happy. It doesn't matter, no matter how rich you are, how poor you are, how able you are. Once your life become a blessing, you make people happy, then you are happy. So very often we observe those who are not happy, who cannot enjoy life, are those who are very egoistic in life. See, for instance, Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah, Mahatma Gandhi was so very life with sacrificial love, to live for others. And then, as one of the questions just now also raised to me, I noticed from the chat, how can we be happy in a very serious situation? Well, serious or failure or whatever situation, one thing is very true, that our mind only able to think one thing at one time. I repeat, one thing at one time. So when we decide to think the joyful thing, the grateful thing, try to forget all the things that make us not happy, then that will possess us. One thing at one time, that is our mind. If we are happy, then the opposite will go. If we are unhappy, then the opposite will go. So one thing at one time, then decide, choose to be happy in life, whatever the situation will be. That is my response. Thank you.
Shalini?
Shalini, I have sir, I have one question directly. Hello?
Yes,
hello.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. And
I have a
yes.
question. I have one question. Both of them, the single question. Can I tell? Can you hear me?
Please, sir. Go ahead.
Very clear.
There is a or Sagala, Dr. Sagala can reply. In end of your negative patterns of thinking, that always you may not be happy, but your positive thinking is always happy. Is it a right?
Yes. Yeah. Now I try to. Now my response, or Dr. Rashmi?
No, please go ahead, Dr. Sagala.
Anybody else? Anybody's open.
Okay. So as I said just now, sadness and happiness actually will be always influence our life. And all the factors from outside that make us sad, if we allow them, then we become unhappy. But when we try to decide, to choose to be happy despite all the negative things, then as I conclude just now the slides, actually happiness, the real happiness comes from inside, from within. That is the real happiness. So it is not because the possession, the richness. When we become happy because of richness, how if the possessions gone? happiness become gone also. So we have to build up our happiness not based on the things outside. As just now one of the guided scholars said, spiritually try to meditate the positive thing, to be grateful in life, whatever the situation will be. Of course, we need to struggle to strive for the situation. I hope I answered that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sagala.
Welcome.
Dr. Rashmi, do you have any concluding remarks?
Yeah, another just one single small question to Rashmi Bhargav. How to give the happiness to the society? Can you tell me? We have to give something to society. So can you give some happiness to the society, Rashmi?
Society like ISTD.
What do I say? I say that if I'm happy, I should be contagious enough to make everybody happy. So include me in all your parties, include me everywhere, and definitely I'll percolate happiness everywhere. But you know, there are now, Shalini, I just received a message that the person who's concluding, Indu Bhargav, is just having a net problem. But irrespective of that, can we have the happiness song now?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Gurvinder, I think we all need that happiness song because I want
Sure,
to
ma'am.
be back happy.
Other thing, I hope you have completed everything just on time. In case anything is left, I will just request you to conclude.
Bhargav has to give. So I think she's another happiness person. So let's listen to her for 2 minutes.
Sure, sure.
Unfortunately, Gurvinder, you'll have to intervene, and she's just lost her internet connectivity. She's a person who's the chief executive officer of a multinational company. And last moment, she was all set to give the conclusion, but she's just lost connection. But she's if you have 2 minutes, let me just better reconnected. Gurvinder, is there a way we give her a meeting password, or she re-enters as it is?
Same thing, same credentials.
Same thing. No, you just reconnect. Come on the link and reconnect. I just want everybody going back happy, and this will be the final happiness gesture from all of us from Bhopal. And we really hope you all go back happy.
Yeah, as I mentioned just now, one of the secrets for happy is singing. I still remember
In fact,
when I was in the
I have
primary
some
school.
hands raised. So, Shalini, can you see our Gurvinder?
Our past president, I think, Mr. Manohar Risetti.
Yeah,
Say
Manohar City.
something.
And Vijay Mipun is there from Guwahati.
I'm sure that
From
say something.
Shillong,
Yeah.
Rekha Srivastava. So I think Manohar can join, allowed to talk.
Yes, I allowed him.
Manohar, past president Manohar Yadi Sethi is there. We'll invite him to share his views. Manohar sir?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. You raised your hand, sir. We would like to have your concluding views and remarks about the program.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to know, how many of the people were happy by listening to that music?
Okay.
Yes.
Can we do a poll?
Yes.
Gurvinder?
Yes, sir.
Can we do a poll?
I'm just setting up, sir.
Yeah, okay. Vijay Mipun is there from Shillong, and we can also request Mipun is our chairperson from Shillong to
Yes,
come.
Nipun can say some words.
Yeah, Mipun can say something. Yeah, sure. Welcome, Mipun.
Gurvinder, it's not letting her in. So can I pass her number to you?
Sure.
Hello,
Mipun. Welcome, Mipun.
Thank you. No, I have missed the rest of the talks in the beginning, and so anyhow I got some. So anyway, I enjoyed the talks. So it is good that ISTDs, all the ISTD chapters are trying, doing this kind of webinars in different parts and different timings. So I'm happy that my people are also enjoying here. Some of them are also connected, I hope.
Sure. Yeah, must be. We invite you also, Mipun. We'll conduct one for you also. You also prepare. Because from Northeast side, we must have one program. And indeed, I'll request you. Thanks for joining. And please do a program for the national office.
I must share one thing. The song sung, those, I've known them for years. I've seen both the girls as children, So I feel so happy when they sing so well. Meghna Bose, I've seen her as a child. And I must thank Meghna and everybody who participated here. And I'm so happy that everybody should go back happy. And I think Gurvinder and Indu are connecting with each other. So just give us a minute. And
sure.
They will definitely let us have a good conclusion also. And both these girls, Diksha is Sulbha Diksha's daughter, who sang the last song. Meghna is coming up as a professional singer. They're doing brilliantly well, both of them. And I really thank every participant who was there with us today and bearing to listen to us. So nice, all of you being there. However, we also have some very special concluding remarks. So let us just give a minute to Indu in case she comes. Well and good. Otherwise, we'll all say goodbye to each other.
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi.
All the best and welcome to Indonesia, especially to the Lake Toba in North Sumatra. There is the Trinity Theological Seminary is located. I believe you will enjoy that, especially with coffee.
Thank you,
Doctor,
Dr.
I
Sagala,
Thank you,
suggest,
Dr.
for the
Sagala,
invite.
for your
no, we can
invitation.
always suggest that he can start a chapter, ISTD chapter there.
Yeah,
Everyone,
sure.
I'm here. Indu Bhargav is joined back. If I can get 2 minutes.
Sure,
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for this last minute glitch. You know, it was like so filmy.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, you know, I mean, I was dying to talk. It was a matter of great pride and pleasure to share panel with such esteemed, learned, experienced guests. So it was like, you know, I really wanted to express that gratitude that I got this chance. So my takeaways from this entire session, like you are wholly and solely responsible for your happiness. And it's your state of mind. It's about the decisions you make, and it's about the choices you make. So that is what you know defines your happiness. And introspection and self-awareness, two very important points. And you have to keep doing that. And whatever you need to upgrade yourself, you know, in terms of your attitude, in terms of your thought process, in terms of your acquiring skills, in terms of your educating yourself, learning new things, you know, whatever brings that happiness, it's about finding your happy space and your happiness quotient. I found lots of, I learned lots of tips from Ms. Rashmi Bhargav and Dr. Sargala, like how I can find my happy space and my happiness quotient, and I hope all other participants were able to do so. I guess it was a wonderful session. I enjoyed it a lot thoroughly, and I hope all the participants did too. And a big great thank you to everyone for you know, being part of it.
Thank you for our psychologist.
Thank you.
Yes, Indu is a psychologist, and she's an expert in education, corporate communication.
Come to Trinity Theological Seminary and teach.
Yeah,
Sir, I developed this interest very late in life, because in fact, just 8 or 10 years back only, I realized that psychology was my calling.
Yeah,
And ever since,
it's very
you know,
important.
I've been trying to upskill myself.
It's very important. We need that. Come and enjoy Lake Toba. At the same time, you share the knowledge to our college.
I would love to do that. Thank you, sir.
Yes, please. Together with Mr. Kurian, Dr. Rashmi. And I want to prove whether my very good friend George is true when he said that you must have a blood Hindi ancestor. If you go to India, nobody will doubt that you are Hindi, he said.
Okay, thank you.
Do you think he's right? He correct in the opinion?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yes, absolutely right.
Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Sagala.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Welcome.
Thank you, Daniel Korean. Thank you,
we really
National
hope,
President.
Dr. Joshi, we really hope this is not the end.
Yeah, of course.
We are just concluding.
Yes.
You wish to add any other remark, Dr. Sagala? Because we are just concluding.
Okay.
Do you have any final remarks?
Okay, as the title is How to Be Happy, I and Dr. Rashmi have the same view. It is for us to decide whether we are happy or not. It is not because outside condition, but from within, from inside. May God bless us all, and Bhopal especially.
Oh,
Thank
may
you.
God
Thank
bless
you.
all of us
Thank
together.
Thank you.